What is going on, you guys? It's your girl Diana, back at you with another YouTube video. Everybody knows that I love my evolutions. However, there is one that I tend to bully, and that's Glaceon. At first, it was because I didn't really like Glaceon's design, however, its design has grown on me. But the second reason that it's actually my least favorite evolution is its typing. Glaceon is a pure ice type, and everybody knows that ice types don't tend to fare well in battle. However, I wouldn't be a true evolution fan if I didn't at least try to make Glaceon work just a little bit in competitive battle. However, I did want to take it one step further because I know that people have made it work in doubles battles where it can rely on a partner. But I wanted to see if I could make it stand its own in singles battles. So if you are interested in seeing if I can make Glaceon work in singles battles, then just keep on watching. And if you're new here, make sure that you subscribe because it helps you girl out, and give this video a thumbs up so that we can push it out into the YouTube algorithm so that more Pokemon fans can see it. And if you would like another way to support the channel, please feel free to check out the merch store. There is a link down below in the description that takes you to not only my merch store, but also all of my other socials so you can keep up with what I'm doing on a daily basis. But let's go ahead and see if we can make this thing work. Okay, so let's go ahead and start off by going over the build that I gave Glaceon. Ice type's only saving grace in Gen 9 is that they buffed Hail and gave them Snow instead, which increases their defenses. So they're not as squishy anymore. So obviously I'm gonna be setting up Snow so that Glaceon doesn't get destroyed. So this is the moveset that I decided to go with after tinkering around with it for literally the entire day. And there was definitely a lot of trial and error, but this is the moveset that I found worked majority of the time. So I went ahead and gave it Snowscape, Freeze Dry, Blizzard, and Terra Blast. So unfortunately, Glaceon cannot summon any kind of weather without actually using a move or relying on a partner. But we're doing singles here. So unfortunately, I do need Snowscape in order to set up Snow. Originally, I actually had Bright Powder on it because I wanted to make it as annoying as possible because Glaceon does have the ability Snow Cloak, which increases its evasiveness. So my initial strategy was to make people just miss as often as possible. And so the strategy with this moveset is to, number one, set up Snowscape. That is the first thing that I do whenever Glaceon is on the field. And secondly, depending on what type of Pokemon is on the field, I will either spam Blizzard, or if I'm going up against a water type, I'll go for Freeze Dry. Now Terra Blast is there because I obviously gave Glaceon the Fighting Terra type, which fighting types are strong against normal type Pokemon, rock type Pokemon, steel type Pokemon, ice type Pokemon, and dark type Pokemon. And they also resist dark type Pokemon, as well as bug and rock types. So the Fighting Terra type just gives it a lot more coverage, since everybody knows that ice is literally weak to everything. So its Fighting Terra type is just there in case I need it. Ideally, I want to stay an ice type though, just to take advantage of me setting up the Snow. However, even though I understand that this is going to be a singles battle, I do also have one contingency in place to make sure that Glaceon stays alive, and that would be Armarouge. So the big picture strategy here is to send Armarouge in first so that I can set up Reflect to make sure that Glaceon doesn't get hit by any physical moves, and then switch in Glaceon. So let's go ahead and see how it performs in battle, shall we? So for this battle in particular, I actually decided to lead off with Glaceon because I saw that she had a ton of dragon types, and it looks like that worked in my favor because she's leading off with Garchomp. So first thing that I'm gonna do, set up Snowscape, because that is the key in making sure that Glaceon actually survives this battle. And now I just have to wait and see what she ends up doing. She's kind of taking a long time, so I feel like she's debating whether she wants to switch out Garchomp or not. However, that also leads me to believe that she might have another non-dragon type up her sleeve, which if that is the route that she goes for, I do always have my Fighting Terra type to fall back on. However, I don't really want to have to rely on that because I literally just set up Snowscape, and that would literally just defeat the purpose because Snowscape is obviously for the buff that it gives ice types. So I guess we shall see what she decides to do. She's still deciding. Okay, okay. We're withdrawing Garchomp. What are we sending out now? Okay, Volcarona. Well, that's not ideal. Okay, well, so my options here, do I Terrastalize? Like I said, I can always fall back on that because I do have Terra Blast. However, it defeats the purpose of me literally just setting up Snowscape. And once I Terrastalize, I stay a fighting type for the duration of the battle, so it would literally just be like pointless. So I think the best thing to do here is to just bite the bullet and switch out and let one of my other Pokemon take the hit. So I'm gonna go ahead and go for All Might here, just because it's a water type, Volcarona's a fire type, so it shouldn't take me out. And that way I can just flip turn and see how much damage that does, and depending on how much damage flip turn does, I can either swap back in Glaceon or I can swap in Armarouge. So I'm gonna go ahead and flip turn here. It did just quiver dance. Oh, we're terastallizing it. Oh no. What are we, what's its terror type gonna be? Oh no. Well, okay, that, all right. It's a grass terror type now. We'll see how, not the Giga Drain. Oh no. Well, so much for that plan. It looks like All Might has been taken out of the match. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and go for Armarouge here. And so now I'm just going for an armor cannon. I have no other option here. So I'm hoping that the snow lasts long enough for me to take out this Volcarona that is now a grass type, because this is definitely throwing a wrench in the plan. Okay, one armor cannon was not enough, so we're gonna have to do another one. It did fiery dance. I have flash fire. Oh, this is beautiful. It literally, all of that did was power up my fire type moves. That was great. Girl, how do you not know about flash fire? Hello? Come on now. Come on. Maybe it was a misclick. Maybe she forgot. I don't know. But that worked in my favor. Love that for me. Now that we took out Volcarona, now I need to see what else she has up her sleeve that she's about to send out. An Azumarill. So she's over here trying to hose down my Armarouge. So I'm gonna go ahead and set up Reflect, because this is most definitely going to be some type of physical attacker. There we go. Yep, she went for the Play Rough. So now I'm covered for any physical type moves, and I'm gonna go ahead and swap back in Glaceon now. Okay, Liquidation shouldn't really do anything to me. We're all good, especially with Reflect up. So I'm gonna go ahead and set up the Snow again, because it did wear off, unfortunately, but we have the Snow set up again, and my evasiveness is higher, so it looks like I have avoided the attack. That is what I like to see. And now I'm just gonna go in for the Freeze Dry. Oh, never mind, she is switching out Azumarill? Why are we switching out Azumarill? How is the Garchomp better in this situation? My girl. Well, goodbye Garchomp. It was nice knowing you. So now we just have to take out the Azumarill with Freeze Dry. All right, Azumarill is back on the field. I'm just gonna go for the Freeze Dry. Okay, one more Freeze Dry should do it. Play Rough did absolutely nothing because we have Reflect up, and Reflect just wore off. So hopefully I am able to take it out with this Freeze Dry. Oh, well, never mind. It appears she has just rage quit. So judging by the fact that my opponent has rage quit, if you are able to set up Glaceon, then it's definitely a viable option. However, I will say that it's not reliable, because I did do a couple of other battles before I actually started recording, just to make sure I had the rhythm of everything down, and more often than not, Glaceon definitely did not make it very far into the battle. She did manage to take a couple of pretty good hits, especially with Reflect Up as well as Snowscape, and deal some pretty good damage. However, she rarely, if ever, made it to the end of the battle. So I feel like this battle in particular was like a perfect storm. So final thoughts, can Glaceon be made viable in singles battles? Yes. Is it reliable? No. You definitely have to make sure you set up everything just right, otherwise Glaceon will be as frail as ever. But honestly, I would love to hear what suggestions you guys have down below in the comments. Let me know if you have a better moveset, a better EV spread, a better team setup, whatever. I would love to hear what other suggestions you have, because honestly, I really want to make Glaceon work. And not just work sometimes, I mean like reliably. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and as always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Love you guys. Bye.